Everyone remembers the championships, the iconic moments, the unparalleled dominance of Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. But what if I told you the architect of that dynasty, the man who made it all possible, often gets overshadowed? What if I told you that without Scottie Pippen, those 6 rings might have remained a distant dream? Yeah, I know. Michael Jordan is the god. His gravity-defying dunks, his clutch shots, his sheer will to win are etched into basketball history, and rightly so. But today, we're not just giving Scottie Pippen his overdue flowers. We're making a compelling case that he was the absolute indispensable piece. The revolutionary player whose impact transcends simple box scores and outdated sidekick labels. We're breaking down exactly why Scottie Pippen was far more important to the Bulls dynasty than even some hardcore fans fully appreciate. From his unlikely beginnings to his defensive mastery that changed the game to his quiet leadership, we're diving deep into the legend of number 33. By the end of this video, you'll see why the Bulls' historic run simply doesn't happen without Pippen being Pippen. Let's get into it. Scottie Pippen's journey to the NBA was anything but conventional. He wasn't a blue-chip recruit from a major college program. He started his collegiate career at the University of Central Arkansas as a walk-on, barely 6'1" and playing point guard. But he grew physically and skillfully, transforming into an athletic marvel. By the time the 1987 NBA draft rolled around, he was 6'8", a raw but incredibly toolsy forward with an uncanny feel for the game. The Seattle Supersonics drafted him 8th overall, only to immediately trade him to the Chicago Bulls for Olden Polynice and a future second-round pick. It was a move that, in hindsight, fundamentally altered the course of NBA history. The Bulls, fresh off Jordan's MVP season, saw the potential. They saw a player who could complement Jordan's offensive brilliance with defensive versatility and burgeoning playmaking. Under the tutelage of assistant coach Phil Jackson and eventually head coach Doug Collins, Pippen quickly shed his rookie skin. He averaged just 7.9 points his rookie year, but his impact was already being felt beyond the stat sheet. He was a sponge, soaking up knowledge, refining his instincts, and preparing for a role that would redefine what a small forward could be in the modern NBA. Let's talk defense, because this is where Scottie Pippen truly became a revolutionary force. In an era dominated by one-on-one matchups, Pippen wasn't just a great individual defender, he was a defensive system. He possessed the rare ability to guard all 5 positions on the floor, from lightning-quick point guards like Isaiah Thomas to powerful centers like Patrick Ewing and everything in between. His length, athleticism, and incredible anticipation made him a nightmare for opposing offenses. He was the primary defender on Magic Johnson in the 1991 Finals, famously disrupting the Lakers' Showtime offense and often initiating the Bulls' fast breaks after a steal. Pippen led the Bulls' vaunted wrecking crew defense, consistently ranking among the league leaders in steals and contributing significant blocks for his position. He was a 10-time NBA All-Defensive Team selection, a testament to his consistent, elite-level defensive prowess. His ability to shut down the opponent's best player while simultaneously facilitating offense unlocked Jordan's ability to conserve energy and explode on the offensive end. This synergistic defensive pressure created a unique dynamic no other team could replicate, and far more dangerous. Pippen's playmaking allowed the triangle to flow smoothly, ensuring every player touched the ball and every angle was explored. He was the connector, the glue that held the Bulls' offensive system together, providing a level of fluidity that opposing teams struggled to contain. Perhaps the most compelling argument for Pippen's importance came during Michael Jordan's first retirement in the 1993-94 season. Many predicted the Bulls would fall off a cliff. Instead, under Pippen's leadership, they finished with an incredible 55-27 record, just 2 fewer wins than their last championship season. Scottie Pippen, no longer in Jordan's shadow, had an MVP-caliber season. He averaged 22.0 points, 8.7 rebounds, 5.6 assists, 2.9 steals, and 0.8 blocks, leading the team in all 5 major statistical categories. He was selected to the All-NBA First Team, the All-Defensive First Team, and finished 3rd in MVP voting. This wasn't just a good year. It was a demonstration that Pippen was a legitimate superstar in his own right, capable of carrying a championship-contending team. This period proved he wasn't just a complimentary player. He was a franchise cornerstone. His performance in the 1994 playoffs, even though they fell to the Knicks in a hard-fought 7-game series, cemented his status as a true leader and one of the league's elite talents. He stepped into a massive void and elevated his game to an unbelievable degree, proving his mettle. What truly made the Jordan-Pippen pairing special, and what elevates Pippen's importance, was his willingness to sacrifice and his perfect complementary skill set. He embraced the Robin role not out of subservience, but out of a deep understanding of what it took to win. He knew his unique abilities allowed Jordan to be the best version of himself and vice versa. Their on-court chemistry was unmatched. They communicated non-verbally, instinctively knowing where the other would be, what pass to make, or how to switch on defense. Pippen's selfless approach allowed the team to thrive, preventing any ego clashes that often derail super teams. He understood his value wasn't solely in scoring, but in facilitating, defending, and leading by example. His consistent excellence, even when not in the spotlight, made the Bulls an unbreakable force. This unwavering commitment to team success, despite his own immense talent, is a testament to his character and a cornerstone of the Bulls dynasty. Think about some of the most iconic moments of the Bulls dynasty, and Pippen is often right there, making a game-changing play. The 1997 flu game against the Jazz? Who was holding Jordan up, making critical plays, and generally willing the team to victory alongside a hobbled MJ? Pippen. How about the 1993 Eastern Conference Finals against the Knicks? Pippen's all-around brilliance, especially his defensive intensity against John Starks and Charles Oakley, was instrumental in wearing down the physical Knicks. And in Game 6 of the 1998 Finals, just before Jordan's last shot, it was Pippen's quick hands and defensive pressure that forced a turnover, setting up the defining moment. These weren't isolated incidents. They were the norm. Pippen was consistently making the crucial, often unsung, plays that swung momentum and secured victories. He was the quiet engine behind the flash, the sturdy foundation beneath the skyscraper. Let's go back to 1994, the Eastern Conference semifinals against the New York Knicks. Jordan's gone. It's Game 3, Bulls down 0-2, playing at Madison Square Garden. The Bulls were down by 1 point with 1.8 seconds left. Phil Jackson drew up a play for Tony Kukoc, not Pippen. Scottie, feeling he should have taken the shot, famously refused to re-enter the game. 1.8 blocks per game against a notoriously physical Knicks team. He carried the offensive load, anchored the defense, and single-handedly kept the Bulls competitive. Though they ultimately lost in 7 games, Pippen's performance in that series solidified his place as a legitimate superstar. It proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that he could lead a team deep into the playoffs, validating his worth as an equal, not just a supporting player. He had arrived. He had proven he was invaluable. So, as we look back at the legendary Chicago Bulls dynasty, it's clear Scottie Pippen was not merely a sidekick to Michael Jordan. He was an indispensable co-star, a revolutionary talent who redefined the small forward position and the strategic linchpin of one of the greatest teams in sports history. His defensive brilliance, unparalleled versatility, and visionary playmaking created a dynamic duo that was simply unguardable and unbeatable. Without Pippen, Jordan's rings might have been fewer, and the Bulls dynasty would undoubtedly be a very different story. He was the glue, the engine, and the quiet force that allowed the entire machine to function at peak performance. Let's give Scottie Pippen the credit he deserves. What do you think? Was Scottie Pippen truly the unsung hero of the Bulls dynasty, or do you think his contributions are already sufficiently recognized? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more in-depth basketball content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. We'll catch you in the next one.